Cheers. Cheers, my friend, to
Cheers to.
a successful and a great round two.
Yes, most definitely.
And cheers to quarterfinal week.
Right.
Cheers to Thanksgiving week. We've made it.
We made it to it, man. And we had some wow games, you know.
You've had some wows.
Yeah.
You've had some heartbreaks. You've had some upsets.
You've had
some statements. You've had a little bit of everything
right.
in round two tonight. And we have a lot of people tune in for the midnight
Midnight
recap show. You think they're fired up across the state of Louisiana?
That's just awesome. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it.
A lot of people are probably still on the way back on their charter buses.
Yeah, pretty much.
Haven't even made it back home yet.
Yeah, you're right. Man, the game we called was amazing.
You want me to start the show?
Yeah, let's start the show.
We just talking.
Yeah, we're just talking. Let's go ahead and start the show the right way.
You want to start the show?
No, you do it. You do it better than me.
Does everyone want us to start the show? Usually you see us on a Sunday. But when round two is that dang good, Gary,
yeah, it was good.
We got to do it on a Friday night recap show and give the fans what they want.
You're right. Man.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Well, welcome aboard, ladies and gentlemen. Round two recap show is the midnight edition. Thank you for staying up late with us. And thank you, everyone, for the continued support. It is a tremendous honor to sit here with my friend this evening, talk a little high school football, talk about the games we know, talk a little scores, who's going to Turkey Week. We are officially in Thanksgiving week. This is one of my favorite weeks of the entire season. Besides Dome Week, Thanksgiving week is what teams strive to get to, and we saw a team clinch their spot tonight.
Yes, most definitely.
We are live from Gary Swallow's Taekwondo Martial Arts building here in Opelousas, Louisiana. Gary.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Let's do it, man. Hey, all I can say is we called a great game, and we were watching actually at one time, I think 5 different games going on around
different streams.
Unbelievable.
We watched scores for 3 hours.
Yeah.
It was one of those where we're glued into the field in front of us, and we're glued into all the scores across the state of Louisiana.
Right. Yeah, and we're going to cover that and go over that. But man, I'm gonna tell you, congratulations to all the winners. You know, hold your head high for all the ones that didn't advance. You know, hey, enjoy it, especially you seniors.
Yeah.
But man, we had some great games today.
If you would like to shout out your team this evening, if they're quarterfinal Thanksgiving bound, leave them in the chat right now. A big night across the state of Louisiana for a lot of teams. When you get to Turkey Week, Gary, you're only 8 left standing in your bracket.
Yeah, in your bracket. You know, that's every team in the state of Louisiana that makes the playoffs. Their first goal out of everything is to advance, but their main goal is to get to Turkey Week, because there ain't nothing like practicing, go be with your family for Thanksgiving and then play on Friday night. It's awesome.
It's awesome, my friend. Gary's a lot warmer here than it was at the Grove just now.
Yeah, I had to go get my jacket out of my truck. I thought, I just brought my little one. I had to go get my big one.
You right, my
man.
friend. A lot of love getting shown in the chat this evening. A lot of winners. Let's see who's won this evening. Tiffany Collins shouting out the Logan Sport Tigers. I thought they had the best hashtag of the entire playoffs whenever they said, "Don't call us underdogs, call us Tigers." Brilliant.
That's right.
And right now, Gary, their road to the Dome continues.
Yep, you're right. You most definitely right.
Some love from Bunky and Bunky. And more
Laurelville.
Bunky.
Got some Laurelville in there too.
Opelousas is in the building. Let's see. Union Parish is here, Gary.
Yeah, buddy. We started
Laurelville is here. A lot of love being shown this evening. And then we have some teams that did fall tonight.
Yeah.
But
St. Edmunds, Southside.
Jake and them had a heartbreaker.
Oh yeah, he was in the chats earlier, man. I feel for you, brother. I just when I heard that, I couldn't believe it, man. And right here, feel for you, buddy.
Cam said they had a tight one over there in Lakeshore. Good defensive battle going on.
Yeah.
What else they had this evening? Southside Sharks is in the building. You talking about putting on a masterpiece tonight for the Sharks. Shutout in the second round.
That's impressive no matter what. That is very impressive.
Mr. Glenn is here, shouting out the Central Wildcats. They handle business tonight in a big way.
Yes.
Central proud to make a dome run.
Yeah, we have a lot of people that support Central that are we know, and man, I can't say nothing but like watch out. If you're gonna play Central, you better bring your A game.
You know what else? St. Ed's breaking records tonight.
God, man, I couldn't believe that.
78 points on like 700 total yards offense. Gary,
Unbelievable.
the Blue Jays are gonna be playing football on Thanksgiving week. That senior class deserves it.
Yes, you're right, and that's a good football team.
Good
That is
football
a
game.
good football team, good football game tonight. Man, look out.
Yeah. You think
That's all he can say is look out.
You think tonight was something? Wait till that 1-8 matchup next week.
Yep, that's going to be exciting.
State champs still standing. Opelousas goes on the road, gets a big win.
Yes.
A lot of love getting shown. St. Thomas More is in the chat tonight. They blocked extra point.
That's right.
Let's see what else. Anybody else really standing out here? Laurelville goes and upsets E-Rab tonight. And how you say that? You play them twice in one season, so
They played
4-2. They get them
decisive. It wasn't a fluke or very close. It was a decisive win.
Yeah. Chris says thanks for what we do. Thank you for watching this evening. Stuart Miller's in the chat. Let's go, fellas. Let's go to the quarters.
Yeah, buddy.
Road to the Dome is here, Gary.
Yep.
Congrats to all the winning coaches teams this week. It was a great round 2 across the board. Couldn't have said it any better.
You're right. That was awesome.
And Coach's mom says,
Man.
how about that bunky defense? Well,
Yeah, you're right.
how about him, Gary?
All I got to say
Every
is
bit of advertised.
every bit as advertised. You know, I don't care what anybody says. Oh, and thanks for the boudin.
Thank you to Coach's mom
Well,
for the
Coach's
boudin.
Coach's mom. We wanted to say that while I saw it in front of me.
Right. And thank you for the jambalaya.
Yeah, the jambalaya,
And thank you
the
for the
pasta
pasta
lie,
lie.
and
And
all
thank
the
you for the gumbo.
gumbo,
And thank you for the chili. And thank you for the boudin.
Oh,
And
yeah.
thank you for the cookie cake.
Yeah.
My goodness, if you've never been to the Grove, they will
They'll spoil
you in a heartbeat.
They'll spoil you, and we can't say thank you enough
Man.
for that great program. We're going to talk about that
Yes.
game in a few.
What a treat. What a treat
Yeah.
it was to be there today. The amount of tailgaters they had, it felt like semifinal football.
The stadium was rocking, man. They had people all over. When we got there, it was full. You know, I say full as far as the line coming in, and people were already there, some cooking. But by the time we got set up and went back down, it was packed.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Man.
just the atmosphere. If
Well,
you've never gone to the Grove or never gone to Bunkie for a high school football
Highly
game,
recommend.
highly recommend it.
Absolutely.
Take the trip out there. It's worth the price of admission.
And we're pretty drained this evening, Gary.
We're tired.
We're tired as hell. But we wanted to come on here and give the fans a midnight recap show because we figured there was a lot of people excited in the state of Louisiana.
Yeah, we're gonna kind of be kind of fast and not go crazy, but man, we
never know.
Well, you can't ever tell once we get started. But we had a long game, long trip, and everything like that. But man, it was well worth everything that we did.
We've already started planning quarterfinals,
Yeah.
and hopefully by tomorrow,
We'll have a.
if we
definitely-
get permission from both sides, hopefully by tomorrow we can make an announcement.
Yeah, that would be awesome. That would be awesome.
That would be awesome. I'm down.
Yep, I'm ready to go.
More love in the chat. Let's see. Blaine Roy says Turlings hosting the quarters. How fun will that be next week? Turlings welcomes in John Curtis. That's gonna be something for a trip to the semis.
Man, after what Curtis did tonight,
Has
man,
Turlings ever played Curtis in the past?
I don't know. That would be a good question to ask. I don't think I've ever seen them play each other.
Be a good
But that
question
would
for
be a
Mr.
good-
Blaine.
Yeah.
Mr. Raymond Singleton Sr. says, thank you guys for all the hard work y'all do, and send our love towards, I believe it's your son. I don't want to get that wrong, but I believe the other Singleton. Send our love his way and to all the teammates. Stephanie Frugier says,
Blaine says 1982.
Stephanie Frugier says, go Dogs. That's the Cecilia Bulldogs. Gary,
Yep.
don't look now.
Hey.
Don't look
They
now. Here they come. What I said Wednesday night. If Diesel gets started,
Yeah.
watch
Look
out.
Oh, once you get him started, it's hard to stop him, and that's all there is to it.
Number
Yeah,
9 for
Blaine.
Southside,
Yeah.
Mr. Singleton.
Yeah.
Got some more here before we get started. Leesville Wampus Cats. Leesville, they got a route to the dome. They can get there.
Oh yeah, they can easily get there.
ULab is out the picture. They got an opening to get there. I tell you what, that E.D. White matchup down the road, maybe. Vanderbilt Catholic, maybe.
Mhm.
If they take care of business next week.
Yeah.
But Leesville, they got an opportunity.
Most
Troy Abear says, Vermilion Catholic, ring the bell. Gary, you remember those hamburgers that time we had at Vermilion Catholic?
Man, they treated us nice over there. That was great.
And you remember how many times they rung the bell that night?
I don't remember how many, but it was a bunch. That's all I can tell you. It was a bunch.
Yes, indeed. Garrett, a lot of love, a lot of people watching. Let's go break down these brackets. Let's give our thoughts at this time.
Let's do it.
If anybody got any questions for ourselves in the chat, go ahead and leave them. We don't mind answering some questions this evening. Gary?
Yep.
Guess who's entered the chat?
Let's go.
Guess who's entered the chat?
Who entered the chat, man?
Lee Vance Williams with the Alexandria Trojans. What a beatdown they put on display tonight.
Yeah, they sure did. Sure did. Man.
Week in and week out, they continue to prove why they're one of the favorites to win it all.
Yeah, man. Well, man, people just don't give them the respect that they should. Now, we do. But, I mean, it's unbelievable.
And when you got Core at the top of the bracket, they get overshadowed.
Yeah.
Well, tonight, they opened up a lot of eyes that they ain't already been.
Yeah.
They were squinted.
Yeah, you're right.
They're wide open now.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go Division 4 non-select bracket. Gary,
Yep.
we looked at our brackets before we went on live on air.
Mm-hmm.
We got a lot wrong this week.
Yeah, we did.
We got a lot wrong
I
this
got
week, my
quite
friend.
a few. I was like going, I don't like this number. This is not good.
So,
But there was some major upsets today, and things just didn't fall the way that we thought they were. And but you know what? That's why we pick them, and that's why they play the game. To prove us wrong.
Coach Brody with the Lakeshore Titans, big win. Congratulations to the Titans. They set up a rematch with Franklinton.
Yeah,
Intriguing.
very much so.
Hard to beat somebody twice in the same season.
You're right. You're right.
JT Lindsay, 4 touchdowns at halftime. Alex Golden, my man, with the GOAT, has
That's
entered
right.
the chat.
You're right.
Alex, do me a favor. Tell Coach call me back.
Yes.
Ashley Guillory, showing some love for the Iowa Yellow Jacks. I bet they respect him now.
I tell you, I've always respected that team. That team is one of
You
my
know what else we
favorites.
always respected?
Hmm?
Them crave cookies.
Oh yeah, them crave cookies. Look out!
Look out for them crave cookies.
I want some more.
I want want some more? I want
Man.
some more. Let's go. Division 4 non-select bracket. We start off with Haynesville, Montgomery. Everyone had a feeling that this one could get out of hand, and it did. It got out of hand quick. Haynesville, the Golden Tornado, march along to the quarterfinals with a 61-0 victory over Montgomery. Little tune-up game before they play the Greyhounds in Welsh. Long road trip next week for Welsh.
But, hey, at least they're there.
You're right, my friend. Congratulations to the 1 seed. Gary, they got redemption on their minds.
Right.
They lost in the state title game last year.
Right.
They are storming all the way back in. I don't know. Looking at this bracket right now, if you can't say they're a clear favorite.
Yeah, the way it's looking, that they have a clear path to the championship, and you know what? But they still have to play.
Still got to play.
That's the way. That's the thing that we have to always understand that the game still has to be
We
played.
found that out tonight.
Yes, you're right.
You can
Most definitely.
you can pencil someone into the next round. You can pencil them in as a state champion, and they still have to go out and play.
Right.
I had a couple state champions that I picked lost tonight.
Yeah, I know. Me too.
Yeah.
Yeah, me too.
Who will the bottom half? I was about to say this next one, but Welsh is sitting in the quarters. Let's go to the next matchup. North Iberville, General Trask. A great season for North Iberville. It comes to a close here in round 2. First year as a LHSAA program, and they probably would tell you that they, how you say that, Gary? Overachieved in year 1.
Oh, they very well overachieved getting.
And I think
to the
they will
regional
take it
round.
though.
Oh yeah, most definitely.
I think they will take that and say, this is the floor now.
Right.
This is the ceiling. We need to be here every time or farther.
You can't bow your heads too much. I mean, you went against a good General Trask team that has experience, playoff experience and all that, and they just flexed their muscles and got on top of North Iberville.
38-6 final score. The 12 seed upsets the 5 seed. North Iberville, the Bears, they'll be back.
Yes, most definitely.
General Trask offense right now, 64 in round 1, 38 in round 2. They're going to need to keep scoring if they're going to go pull a big upset in round 3.
Yeah.
But congratulations to General Trask moving along, and congratulations to North Iberville on a fantastic season in year 1 as a varsity program.
Right, most definitely.
Grand Lake and Jeanerette. This one was back and forth for a while before Jeanerette finally pulled away. 46-24. Jeanerette eliminates Grand Lake from the playoffs. If Jeanerette's healthy, watch out, my friend.
Yeah, you're right. They can make a run.
Jeanerette and Haynesville would be fun semifinals, but both of those teams got respected opponents in the quarters that could upset them.
Yeah, you're right.
They got to be careful.
Don't take anything for granted.
The Quincy upset tonight by Franklin. We said it on Wednesday night, Gary. We said if you let them stay in the game, if it's close,
Right.
they have a shot to find a way to beat you in a blocked punt.
Blocked punt with time running out while you're ahead for a touchdown. That, and like Jake said earlier, he doesn't know what to say. He's kind of said, I feel for you, buddy. That's a hard way to take it, but like you said, if Franklin stays around, they got a shot at the end.
Yeah,
and we
if
said
they
that.
stay in the ball game, man, they can beat anybody in this bracket. But if you don't put them away early, they'll get you late. And a blocked punt late in the 4th quarter. I guess it went straight to his hands. I don't even think it was recovered in the end zone.
I'm not
For
sure.
a touchdown. And Hail Mary at the end, no good. Final score, Franklin, the 19 seed, upsets the 3 seed, 22-19. What a win for the Hornets.
Yeah, what a win.
That's why you play to the final whistle.
Right. Just, devastating for DeQuincy. But like I said, you got to play to the end. And this team is tough at all. They play for 4 quarters.
Franklin's knocked off the 14. They knocked off the 3. Now they get the 6 in the quarters. A team they're familiar with. They
Yeah.
met a year ago in the second round. This time, a lot more is on the line.
Yeah, you're right. To the road to the semis.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah.
Logan Sport welcome in Elton this evening. No troubles. 49-12 final score. Logan Sport, they've been here. They've done that, and they are on a mission themselves.
Yeah, now we got in quarters we're gonna have Franklin and Logan Sport
Rematch of round 2
rematch
last
of
year.
round 2 last year. So look out. I think it's gonna be exciting.
Mangum rolls past West St. John 44-6. That's a good 7
Yeah,
seed,
you're
my
right.
friend.
Better 17 than most.
Yeah.
Hey, you're right.
One of the more dangerous 7 seeds I've seen in all of the brackets. East Feliciana, South Plaquemine. South Plaquemine is 21-6. Good victory there for South Plaquemines
Right,
against a game East Feliciana Ball Club.
right. And that's gonna set up a great Mangum South Plaquemine matchup in the quarters.
We start to look at the quarterfinals for next week. It'll be the 1 seed Haynesville versus the 9 seed Welsh Greyhounds. 2 weeks off, Gary. This could help out Welsh.
Yeah.
Get healthy.
Get healthy.
Make sure you got 2 weeks to game plan for Haynesville, and you throw the kitchen sink at them next week.
Oh yeah, most definitely.
General Trask and Generette. This one should be 2 good offenses going at it.
Yeah.
But
Which defense will slow the other one down?
Generette's got a good one.
Yeah.
What else we got? Franklin Logan Sport. We talked about it. The way Franklin has played out the gate these last 2 weeks, Gary.
Yeah.
Watch out. You better be careful, Logan Sport.
Excuse me.
Rematch of round 2 last year. This time the stakes are raised and trip to the semis awaits the winner.
You're right.
And then I think the best game in this entire bracket will be Mangum South Plaquemines at your
Yeah.
bottom. That's gonna be something to keep a close eye out on next week. Maybe our good friends could get this game and we can watch it live on their page. But
Yeah, that would be awesome.
Mangum South Plaquemines, that's gonna be a dandy.
Yep, sure will.
Gary, upset in this bracket, we're gonna have to give it to Franklin over DeQuincy. You know that.
Oh, most definitely. Most definitely.
And if you had game of the night circled anywhere, I guess you can go back and give it to the same thing, Franklin
Yeah,
DeQuincy.
it was that close. Mm-hmm.
Gary, helmet sticker time for this bracket. Who we're giving it to, my friend?
Man, honestly, I think it would be, well, I don't want to give them all the same game, but my next one in line would probably be Trask.
Okay, I'll give mine to Franklin also.
Yeah, well, I didn't want to give them all the same one.
Yeah, they got the Cinderella.
Yeah, I mean, they just had everything in that bracket. That was everything.
19 seed is still dancing. They earn my helmet sticker this week. Moving along in the brackets, Division 4 select, my friend.
Mm-hmm.
We start off Vermilion Catholic and Westminster
Of Opelousas.
of Opelousas. I think this one was 47-17, if I'm not mistaken. VC roll tonight at home, ring the bell, and they set up a major, and I mean major, showdown in the quarters.
VC, a very difficult team to beat at home. And Westminster had their hands full, and good ball club, but I hate to say it, VC just flexed their muscle.
VC is eyeing a state title.
Yeah, most definitely.
And they are primed for a big run, so we'll see, my friend. They
Yes.
got a big game in the quarters.
Mm-hmm.
And if they get past that, they got a big game in the semis.
Yeah.
Every game the rest of the way.
Yeah,
Won't be easy.
you're right.
Who will they play?
Some of our friends right down the street.
Right down the street. St. Ed's. 700 total yards offense.
Yeah,
And
I couldn't believe it.
They send Harlan Berry and St. Martin's Episcopal home, and they win it 78-37. Did you take the
78 points?
Did you
Jordan.
take the over?
I wish I would have. You know, man, 78 points. That is amazing. They have a good ball club, and they're setting
They got a
up.
veteran senior-led group.
They're setting up a major showdown in Abbeville. It's going to be great to see that.
Absolutely. Vermilion Catholic St. Ed's, it does not get any bigger in the quarterfinals than that. But tremendous night, standing room only environment, and St. Ed's wins it in a big way.
Yeah.
Congratulations, Coach Shriver.
Yeah, most definitely. You well deserved, young man.
Gary, we made the claim that we thought the 11, 12, 13 in this bracket could make deep runs in. Well,
Yeah,
all
looks
three
like
of them.
they can, yes.
All three of them are in the quarterfinals, and we start with Kentwood. Kentwood, the Roos, knocked off Ascension Episcopal 42-16. This ain't your everyday top teams this year.
Kentwood, I'm partial to Kentwood. I love the Roos. But let me tell you something. They didn't just win. They went to Ascension on their home field and beat them.
Statement.
A statement win right there.
Who would the Roos play? How fun does this matchup sound?
That's gonna be good.
To be the champ, you got to beat the champion.
You're right.
St. Frederick, they went through some adversity throughout the week. Lost a couple players. Southern Lab, not feeling sorry for him, Gary. Went on the road, made it a business trip, knocked off St. Fred's tonight, 24-7. State champs,
Yeah.
still standing.
To be the champ, you gotta beat the champ.
You right.
And until somebody beats them, they're still the champ.
Covenant Christian, undefeated season, lives on another week. They knock off Central Catholic in a district title rematch from a couple weeks ago.
Correct.
This time met in the second round, 41-13. Covenant Christian, undefeated, unfazed, and unbothered right now.
Now, right now, man, they just look out. Another business trip.
Yep, Washita Christian, long road trip this evening. They're going to have to make another long one next week. Washita Christian knocks off Catholic of Point Peak 28-6. Dangerous 11 seed.
You're right. And that's hard to do. That's hard to go to New Roads and beat them. Unbelievable.
Riverside all over Hamilton Christian 49-6. Great season for Hamilton Christian. It comes up short here in round 2, but Riverside coming off of a state runner-up a year ago.
Right.
So they are primed to do it again, to make another run at this.
Correct.
And then Ascension Catholic knocks off Opelousas Catholic 58-13. That team right there is dangerous. That team right there could win it all.
That seems to be, it seems like every time Opelousas Catholic makes the playoffs, they go and they run into this team, and this team has their number. But this team has a very good chance to get to the finals and maybe even win it.
First year head football coach over there, Coach Narcisse. He has those guys believing that they belong.
Mm-hmm.
He has them believing that they can win a state title.
Mm-hmm. Very good.
What else we got, Gary? Upsets of this bracket. I mean, do you call the 11, 12, and 13 an upset?
You can, and you can give it all to them because, I mean, those are not normal upset.
These
Those are
threes are normally top 4 seeds.
Correct.
So I guess you could say the seeds upset the seeds, because we wouldn't say the teams upset them because they're all favored on the road.
Right, you're right.
What else we got? Statement wins of the week. Got to be St. Ed's over St. Martin's Episcopal.
Yes. Right.
Game of the night goes to... Oof, they're all blowouts.
They're all blowouts, yes.
No game of the night here?
No, I don't, not really.
And then we will give a helmet sticker out.
I'm gonna give it to Covenant Christian because they're undefeated.
Still undefeated.
Still undefeated.
That works for me. UTL helmet sticker for this bracket goes to the undefeated Covington Christian. I like it. Gary.
Yep.
Division 3 non-select. St. James, Donaldsonville meet again in the playoffs. Similar results here. St. James has their number just like in district play. 48-6. St. James rolls to the quarters.
Right.
Gary, such a sad day this evening, my friend.
I know.
Holly's Lock of the Week goes down for the first time this season.
I was crushed.
All good things come to an end, right?
Right.
So
it's not really the end, but you know what I mean.
She's now 11-1.
Yep.
Pine comes on the road, knocks off Kaplan 21-6 and ends the streak of Holly's Lock of the Week. Now sits 11-1.
Right.
Union Parish all over Red River 42-8. Here comes the champs.
That's right.
And the champs are prime for another dome appearance.
Yes, most definitely.
Kinder Westlake. Kinder knocks off Westlake 28-12. Congratulations to Coach Reed. Year 2. And he's got his guys in the quarterfinals. And they're going to host that quarterfinal.
Correct.
So imagine John C. Buck next week.
Yeah, it's going to be rocking, man. It's going to be almost like what we saw today.
I can't wait to see what happens next week. Kinder welcomes in the state champs. Oak Grove all over Mansfield 62-14. They've done that a lot this year.
Yeah, they sure have.
Sterlington all over Lakeside 49-18. Gina rolls past Port Allen 56-20. And Lowerville upsets ERAF tonight 28-7. Down goes the 2 seed.
Right, man. That's, you know, we thought after covering Lowerville last week, we thought that it was possible, and boy, they come ready to play.
I thought it was in for another 1-score game.
Right.
But Lowerville, not your typical 15 seed.
Far from it, no.
Matchups for next week: St. James and Pine. They got a date. A little 1-9. The 4 seed Kinder welcomes in the 5 seed Union Parish. To be the champ, you got to go beat the champ. Well, they get the champs at home.
Yeah, that's right.
That's going to be some fun. Oak Grove, Sterlington, a little 3-6 matchup. 2 teams, all too familiar with each other. This one right here is a big-time circle. People across the state of Louisiana is going to be glued to this score.
Right.
And then Gina Lowerville. This one not going to get as much love as the other 3, but I think this one right here has a chance to be one of the better games in this bracket.
Oh yeah, I think it's going to be interesting. I can't say one side or the other, but it's going to be interesting because you know how Gina is. Gina has a raucous crowd. It's a great atmosphere up there, and Lowerville, from watching them last week, they have a pretty good team. So I think it's going to be a great game.
You're right. Upsets in this bracket, let's give it to Lowerville over ERAF.
Yes, most definitely.
We go games of the night. All blowouts.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay. What about helmet stickers? I got to give it to Lowerville.
Yeah, me too. I was thinking the same thing. Lowerville. Got to give it to them.
What else? We miss anything?
Yep.
Upsets, games of the night, and
Helmet stickers.
helmet stickers. Statement win of the night.
Oh, the statement went out tonight? They were all kind of blowouts, weren't they?
Pine over Kaplan.
Yeah, that could be. Yeah.
Division 3 select, my friend. Dunham Parkview Baptist rematch from the regular season. And a lot of people expected it to go the same way it did in the regular season, and it did. 42-0. Dunham moves on in the playoffs.
Yes.
Lafayette Christian, Notre Dame rematch, 35-28. LCA gets their revenge. Oh, so sweet revenge.
Right.
LCA, the night train still rolls on.
Yeah, buddy.
Bunkie A-Meet, 39-14. Bunkie moving on to the quarterfinals. I think, what, first time since 1988, maybe?
Yeah, something like that.
But what
That's the game that we covered, and oh man, loved it.
what a game. What a team.
Yeah.
And what a fan base.
Yeah, we were talking about that. One of the best defensive that I've seen personally all year. Great group of people, offensively, defensively, special teams. They're a complete team.
Complete team.
Yeah.
And their fan base is second to none.
Oh yeah, you got that right.
Thank everyone again for all the hospitality this evening.
Yeah.
Joel Sumner beats Slaughter Community Charter 48-28. Calvary Baptist knocks off De La Salle 38-0. Episcopal knocks off Pope John Paul 24-7. Catholic in Iberia, we kind of stopped talking about them. I think we need to pick it up.
Yeah, we might start talking about it.
We need to pick it up again. 59-22 over North Lake Christian. And Newman knocks off DR Bonewoods Charter 49-19.
You're right.
Matchups for next week. Looks like it will be Dunham as the 1, LCA as a 9. That's a lot of fun.
Yeah, that's not a regular 9 seed. You can tell like that, but that should be an interesting ball game. Yes.
5-4 matchup next week. Bunkie, Jules, Sumner. My, oh my.
That is going to be an exciting ball game.
Gonna be a ball game, to say the least.
Mm-hmm.
Calvary Baptist and Episcopal, a little 3-6 matchup.
Yes.
And then Catholic and New Iberia at Newman next week. Newman, better be careful.
New Iberia we watched them in the Jamboree, and we've always talked about them even after that week 1 loss. Which was, like you said, in a monsoon. It wasn't a regular, there was weather elements and everything involved. Ever since then, they've just been crazy, going at it. So look out.
Look out.
Yeah, Newman better be ready.
Upsets of the night, we will have none. No upsets in this
I
bracket.
don't think so. The only one you can say that could be it was Lafayette Christian over Notre Dame, and I don't really think that's an upset.
Right. Statement wins of the night goes to Bunkie over A-Meet.
Most definitely. I agree with that 100%.
What a statement they sent across the state of Louisiana.
Right.
And then Gary, helmet stickers. I'm giving it right back to Bunkie.
Right back. Yeah, you got to give it right back to him.
UTL helmet sticker goes right back to Bunkie, man. Can't wait to get back.
Yes. Great atmosphere over there.
Division 2 non-select. We start with Franklinton over West Feliciana 42-21. 1 seed moves on. Well, D-Stop.
Mm-hmm.
Lakeshore Iota, they played a good ball game this evening. 17-10 Lakeshore knocks off the Bulldogs, and what a season Iota had. And Lakeshore season continues, so good friends from both coaching staff, so hate to see someone lose this early in the playoffs whenever it's good friends to the program.
Right. But great game. I mean, anytime you get to a 1-score game like that, that's tells you defensive struggle, offenses were working, but just the defenses were a little bit stronger, and Lakeshore came out on top.
Iowa knocks off Wassman. 24-8. Closer score than we expect.
Right.
But
hey, that's why you're in the playoffs.
In the playoffs, you take a win however you can.
1 point.
Franklin Parish rolls past Bruley 35-14. To be the champ.
You got to beat the champ.
And Opelousas is still the champs. They knock off Jennings tonight 30-19. What an environment that was, but I don't think Opelousas is phased by any big time environment. They lived it. They did it last year.
Traveling doesn't affect Opelousas very much. I mean, they know what they need to do and they play. And they went out there to Jennings and they flexed a little bit.
And this one was out of
close.
hand early.
Yeah.
And they made this a close ball game.
Yeah.
And Opelousas would have go ahead score later in that one to really separate it.
Right.
Opelousas moves on in the playoffs. Jennings, what a season.
Yes, great season for Jennings.
And that's year 2 for Coach over there, Coach Sue's there. So
Oh, they got a future. They got a bright future.
They got a big future at Jennings for sure. Northwest falls tonight to Plaquemine, 49-34. Plaquemine moves on into the quarters. Northwest's season comes to an end. North Dakota knocks off Belle Chase 38-14. And Cecilia upsets Lutcher tonight 49-41. Another situation. You didn't need the seeds in this one because you knew it was going to be a good old dog fight.
Right. You know, Cecilia, and you know, we talked about this. Cecilia goes as Diesel goes. And I'm going to tell you right now, he was clicking tonight. So they came out on top of Lutcher.
Lutcher couldn't get off the field on third down.
Right.
Cecilia was 10 of 14 on third down. Story of the game. Got to find a way to get off the field, Gary.
Yeah, you got to do that.
Upsets in this bracket. Let's see. I would say we all called Opelousas over Jennings.
Yeah.
But we didn't all call Cecilia over Lutcher. Only a few of us did. So Cecilia knocks off Lutcher in an upset.
Yeah.
Statement win of the night, Gary?
I won't lie to you. Opelousas. They're the champs. Okay. And, you know, that was a statement that they had to make. They said, we're still the champs.
And helmet sticker goes to?
To show them some love, Iowa. Gotta do it. No, man, I'm just. This one could be anybody, really. You know.
I'm going to give it to Cecilia.
Yeah, Cecilia would probably be the one that's well deserved because anytime you have an 18 seed, take out a number 2 seed. But, you know, that's great, but that's not really an 18 seed.
Yeah, a 2 seed that a lot of people picked to win the title this year.
Yeah, right. Yeah, a lot of people picked them to be in the dome and win it.
Did we do matchups next week? We did not.
No, we did not.
1 seed Franklinton gets 8 seed Lakeshore. Hello rematch.
Mm-hmm.
5 seed Iowa, 4 seed Franklin Parish. Boy, I love this matchup.
That's going to be a ball game. Circle that one right there.
Opelousas travels to Plaquemine next week. Fireworks.
Fireworks all the way around. That's another circle game.
And then North Dakota and Cecilia. That's going to be a lot of points scored.
Yes, you're right.
Division II Select. Shaw rolls past Larandra 49-14. JFK knocks off LCCP 51-37 to set up a rematch with last year's quarterfinal matchup with Shaw. So we get it again.
Yeah.
Madison Prep, too much for St. Charles, 34-20. Stroom on Thursday night routed Haynes 42-16. E.D. White all over Livingston, 51-14. Vanderbilt Catholic rolls 49-9. Leesville knocks off LaLoya Prep 42-24. Now let's look at this bracket here, Gary.
Yeah, buddy.
What else we got here? Upsets of the night. Let's see. Anybody? Struma knocking off Haynes 42-16. I think a lot of people picked this one though.
Yeah.
But we'll stick with it. Statement wins of the night.
Honestly,
Probably JFK.
JFK over
Yeah.
Lake Charles.
Okay, and then we go games of the night.
We did that.
Mm,
Didn't
no games of the night in this one. Helmet sticker, my friend.
we? Man,
I'm giving my helmet sticker to Leesville.
I was thinking the same thing, but I was like,
They got a path.
yeah, they do have a pass. And just see how many more he can add to the record.
Braden says Madison Prep is his sleeper. The athletes on that team can beat Shaw. Only team I think can beat them.
Hey, that's
Possibility.
a possibility right there.
JFK and Shaw's gonna be some fun.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be exciting.
Division 1 non-select Neville knocks off Covington 44-13. Chalmette Cinderella still dancing and dancing
buddy.
her way on to the quarterfinals with a 35-31 victory. What a run for Chalmette.
Yeah, you're right.
West Monroe upsets Mandeville this evening 20-9. Central Baton Rouge cruises past West Washita 45-20. Ruston Zachary rematch of last year's state championship, and it ends with Ruston winning again 42-21. Ruston
Right.
over Zachary. Southside knocks off Walker 47-0. Destrehan long road trip, but a happy road trip back 63-21. And then Airline beats Westgate 42-16. Who said they can't play defense?
You're right.
Upsets in this bracket, Chalmette
Yeah.
over Hineville.
Yeah, correct.
And then you go game of the night in this bracket. And it is, give it to them again,
Yeah, most definitely.
Chalmette and Hineville. And then helmet stickers of the night, who gets it?
And I won't lie to you. I think Airline. I think Airline because everybody kept on saying that, oh, they can score, but they don't play defense and everything else. So they just flexed and they showed that they do have a defense. How about you?
I'll give it to Chalmette. Cinderella still dancing, so I'm going to give mine to Chalmette.
Mm-hmm.
Chalmette scored with 46 seconds left to win.
Wow, that is amazing.
This time of the year, man.
Well,
Who's
we'll
gonna
talk
come
about
out?
the last play of the game, or just like we talked about DeQuincy with that crazy ending. We have another crazy ending further down with one of our favorite teams.
You're right.
But yeah,
All right.
let's see matchups for next week.
Matchups for next week. Neville Chalmette meet in the quarterfinals. Can Chalmette Cinderella run knock off the 1 seed?
That's going to be interesting.
West Monroe at Central Baton Rouge next week.
You got the experience of West Monroe as far as playoff runs, and Central. Central's kind of new to this, but they're a good team. They're tough.
Ruston gets Southside next week.
Yeah, that's going to be interesting.
Destrehan and Airline next week.
That's going to be a game. Can Destrehan,
Man, look at the back-to-back
Yeah.
road trips for Airline.
I know, but can Destrehan slow them down? That's going to be
Yes.
the question.
They got the team.
They got the defensive team to do it, but can they do it? That's gonna be
Destrehan had to go to Shreveport tonight.
Mm-hmm.
Then they got to go to Airline next week.
Right. Wow. Interesting. Now we get to the big boys.
Core, no problems with Huntington, 56-6. St. Thomas More uses a blocked extra point to knock off St. Aug 28-27. Archbishop Rummel knocks off McDonald 35-50-25. Catholic of Baton Rouge knocks off East Jefferson 42-0. Acadiana stunned by John Curtis 28-27.
They scored with very little time left on the clock.
Yes, you're right. Jesuit falls to Turlings 31-23. Bird knocks off St. Paul's 37-15. And Alexandria knocks off Evangel 49-6.
Wow, that is just amazing, that score.
Upsets in this bracket, John Curtis over Acadiana.
Yes, definitely.
Game of the night, John Curtis and Acadiana.
Yeah, you're right.
And statement win. I think statement win is I think holding Evangel to 6 points.
Yeah.
Alexandra.
Yeah. That is a big statement right there.
And then helmet sticker of the night, I'm giving mine to Turlings Catholic with the win
I thought the
over
same thing.
Jesuit.
Right. Big one. Same thing here.
Looking to
Matchups.
the future, Edna Core host St. Thomas More next week. Love the matchup.
I do too.
Rommel Catholic of Baton Rouge. Boy, that's a state championship semifinal game right here.
That may well be a championship game. That would be a championship game in any time, any other week.
John Curtis and Turlings,
Interesting.
and Bird and Alexandria.
Lordy, lordy, lordy. Jordy, that's some great games coming up.
Gary, we would stay a long time tonight.
But I got to work tomorrow, and you got to sleep late.
We tired.
Yes, we are. Hey, we had a great night, great week of football all around the state. I'm just excited, and I can't wait to see what's going to happen next week because, man, we got some great matchups. We're getting closer to our yearly visit to the Superdome. And, who's going to be there in the finals for all of those games that they're going to have out there. I'm just excited to see it. The games are getting harder and harder to pick because the teams are better and better and better at how it's supposed to be. I'm just ready for it. Wednesday night for the pick show again, and then try to see who all's going to be doing what, and like I said, just get closer and closer to the dome.
You said a mouthful, my friend. And this time next week, we will be celebrating quarterfinal football live on Under the Lights. Might have a post ready for tomorrow to announce where we're going.
We're working on it as we speak.
I made some phone calls this evening to different places across the state of Louisiana. Who do we get first?
Yeah.
Who agrees? That will be the question mark.
Mm-hmm. And I'm excited. I think it's going to be great.
We met some great people tonight in the Grove. Thank you, everyone, for treating us so well. Thank you to Coach Hillman for the opportunity, Coach Powell for the opportunity, Amy Bunky. I know the scoreboard doesn't reflect the game, but we saw a contender tonight.
Yeah, we definitely saw a contender, and we saw a team that has a bright future also. So I think no matter what, I think we're going to have some exciting games coming up and some exciting games in the future for some of the teams that lost tonight.
Mr. Swallow?
Yes, sir.
Final words as we get on out of here and let everyone go to bed tonight because you got to get ready for quarterfinals.
Right.
Second round, put a bow on it.
Right. All I can say is, seniors, if this was your last night of playing football, hold your head up high. Make sure you left everything out there and be proud of what you're doing. If you're continuing on, hey, you're in Turkey Week. This is what it's all about. You want to go and celebrate Thanksgiving with your family and your loved ones, but get ready for Friday night. Playing on Turkey Week is awesome.
There's down to 8 per bracket.
8 per bracket, yes.
And after next
Getting
Friday
better.
night, we'll be down to 4 per bracket. So
Yeah.
we're trimming it down.
Yeah. And
We're
then-
at the best part of the season from here.
and it seems like it just started.
Yeah. From here, Gary,
Yeah.
you got to go out and earn it.
Yes. There's not going to be any any other way to say it. It's just that you want it, you go get it, work for it, earn it. That's basically what you got to do.
Looking forward to the Wednesday night Pick'em show. We're going to do a little quarterfinal picks. Going to welcome in a couple coaches
Yes.
to make some picks with us next Wednesday. For now, I guess we say goodbye.
Good night.
Good
Good
night.
morning, or whatever it is out there. Thank you for all your support. Thank you for everything that y'all do for us. Because without you guys, we wouldn't be here.
Mr. Swallow,
Yes,
enjoy the rest of your weekend.
You do the same?
Everyone listening right now, enjoy the rest of your weekend. Have a great Thanksgiving break. And we will see you Wednesday night. And we will make our announcement where we're headed next Friday over the weekend.
Yes.
God bless you.
God bless you.
God bless them.
Yes, God bless them.
God bless high school football. Forever UTL. Congratulations to all the winners across the state of Louisiana. And congratulations to the Bunkie Panthers. Great game tonight.
And thanks again for the hospitality.
Thanks again for the hospitality. Forever UTL.
That's right.